Morning, fellow skeptics. Lester the Skeptic Tank here. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long. It's a simple unboxing. I alluded to it with yesterday's video, or the video that apparently was published this morning. But I don't know what I would term this whole venture of mine. I guess reclaiming physical media. Because, as I've shown, physical media just doesn't, it's not limited to DVDs, Blu-rays, but in my mind, I don't know if we're going to go to a Fahrenheit 451. I think it's going to be completely different. I know there are some online websites that attempt to preserve stuff, and I'm very much appreciative of those efforts. It's just when people have become so chained to the interwebs, and I'll admit I'm a bit like that too, but with a recent incident with my bank, I pretty much quipped to the phone rep. I said, you might as well take me back to the Stone Age. I pretty much asked them, like, I might as well just ask for paper statements from here on out. Just because if I can't get to my online account, then what's the point of having and storing all that stuff digitally? And the fact I opted in, I probably have to do some digging on my end as far as how do I get rid of that voice authentication. Like, I don't know if I want that stored on their servers, but anyway, without further ado, this came in. I'm gonna unearth it from its wrapping. I thought it was gonna be bigger, but I'm kind of glad it's not thicker like the behemoth you might have seen it in other videos when I was doing some other treatises, thought pieces, quasi-pseudo thought pieces, whatever. But my Random House Webster's, that behemoth, I'm kind of glad it's not that way. Because, as I was saying, if I gotta move, and I don't really want to move, if I can help it, I don't like moving. I had an experience with a friend of mine earlier in the summertime. It just made me think about downsizing even more. But if you happen to be in a pinch, if you gotta make certain ends meet, physical assets are always going to be your friend. Even if you sell them at a loss, at least you can recoup something back. Like, there have been books I have actually helped a friend out, give her a book I'm no longer reading. And I think a part of me is also reticent that I can't be too tied to the sediment. Like, if I gotta really downsize, I think that's something that we are losing as a society, is there's a time and a place to be cold about one's possessions. I mean, I don't want to go too scriptural, but basically, Christ and the Gospels talk about selling all one has. And of course, I'm sure the heads are spinning. And there's a reason why. And I know that passage can be taken in many different directions, but this is why we have a thing called tradition in terms of how to exegete, or I don't even know if that's the right term. But that's why I got this little guy right here. It helps to put it in the right orientation right here. American Heritage, I didn't know about this dictionary until I went to college, but more precisely when I was doing a survey of linguistics classes trying to get a minor. And I got this specific one only because, So, believe it or not, this is, and let me double check my time because I do have a work meeting. Yeah, I gotta be there in a few minutes. So, I didn't know about the American Heritage. Everyone knows about Webster's, and I think there might have been some other dictionaries out there during the 80s and 90s. So I just want to make sure I got this right. So this one is copyright 1978. I'm glad this is available because you never know. I'm always a sucker for history in different contexts. So real quickly, I'm gonna have some fun with this. So another thing when it comes to physical media, when you put in the front and back, start to end, start to finish, nothing can be added, nothing can be deleted without the proper process. I'll say more on that later. Like I said, I gotta head to work. Although it's kind of funny, heading to work is just flipping on a monitor switch and go to the right machine via my newly acquired KV. It's still kind of new, about a week or two old. My KVM switch. I don't know if I love it, but it does the job. So until next time, next video, fellow skeptics, peace, and catch you on the other side.